Have you ever felt like you're standing at a crossroads, unsure which path to take, your heart pulling you one way, and your mind tugging the other? If you're a Cancer born in June, this feeling isn't just coincidence. In fact, there's one powerful decision waiting for you right now that will shape the rest of your life. And understanding this choice means unlocking not only your future but also a deeper sense of peace and self-awareness. Hi, I'm your guide here on Zen Mind Peaceful Life, where we blend ancient astrology with modern psychology to help you live a more mindful, balanced life. Today, we're diving into the unique world of June-born Cancers, a fascinating blend of sensitive, nurturing Cancer energy mixed with the quicksilver, curious spirit of Gemini. This cosmic cocktail creates a complex inner dance between emotion and intellect, heart and mind. In this video, I'll reveal the one defining decision every Cancer born in June faces, why it feels so challenging, and how making the right choice can transform your relationships, career, and emotional well-being. So, if you're ready to stop feeling stuck, trust your intuition, and step into your true power, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with anyone who needs to hear this message. Stay with me until the end. You won't want to miss the practical tips and deep insights that could change everything. When you're born as a Cancer in June, you carry a rare and fascinating blend of energies that shape the way you feel, think, and move through the world. Imagine having a heart that feels everything deeply. That's Cancer's gift. It's a sensitivity that allows you to tune in to not only your own emotions but also the moods of those around you, creating a natural empathy that few possess. But since June is also the time when Gemini's airiness floats in, your Cancerian depth is stirred with a restless, curious mind. It's like holding two contrasting worlds inside you, the safe, nurturing comfort of your emotional shell and the sparkling allure of new ideas, conversations, and change. This duality can feel both magical and challenging. You may find yourself caught in a tug-of-war between the quiet craving for emotional security and the energetic pull toward exploration and intellectual freedom. Picture a moment when your heart yearns to stay close to familiar people and places, your comfort zone, your safe haven. Yet, at the same time, your mind whispers about possibilities beyond that familiar circle, tempting you with excitement, novelty, and growth. It's as if your inner self is split between staying grounded in what feels secure and venturing out to discover what else life could hold. This internal dance plays a crucial role in shaping your decisions. The most defining one, in fact, is often about whether you choose to follow your heart or your mind. It's not an easy choice, especially when emotions and logic don't seem to speak the same language. You might feel overwhelmed, as if you're stuck in a maze with invisible walls made of what-ifs and maybes. And this is where the real power lies, in learning how to balance these two forces without losing yourself. Understanding the psychology behind this conflict can help you make sense of your feelings. Cognitive dissonance, that uncomfortable tension we feel when our beliefs and actions don't align, often shows up in June-born Cancers as emotional indecision. You want to protect yourself from pain, but you also want to grow and expand. This creates a space where fear and curiosity coexist, sometimes causing paralysis by overthinking. But here's the truth many don't realize: this struggle is a natural part of your growth. It means you're on the brink of transformation. The Moon, Cancer's ruling planet, intensifies this emotional landscape. The Moon governs our deepest instincts, our moods, and the rhythms of change. It's like an emotional compass, constantly guiding you toward what feels right or warning you when something isn't aligned. When you learn to listen closely to your intuition, the Moon's quiet voice, you can begin to navigate your choices with more confidence and clarity. It's not about silencing your Gemini mind but allowing it to work together with your Cancer heart, each guiding you at the right time. One of the biggest hurdles is the Cancerian instinct to build a protective shell. You might have experienced moments when vulnerability felt like stepping off a cliff without knowing if you'd fly or fall. So instead, you close yourself off, retreat into comfort, or avoid decisions that stir your emotions too deeply. But here's where growth lies. vulnerability isn't weakness, it's courage in its purest form. Allowing yourself to feel deeply and take emotional risks can open doors to profound connection and fulfillment. Think about your relationships. The decision to open up honestly or keep walls up affects not only how others see you but also how you see yourself. When you hide parts of your true feelings, you risk losing touch with your authentic self. But when you dare to be seen, you invite trust, intimacy, and healing. This applies to friendships, romantic partnerships, and even your relationship with yourself. It's a powerful reminder that emotional openness, while scary, is a path to peace. At the same time, your Gemini influence gifts you with an agile mind and social charm. You might find comfort in conversations, learning, and adapting to change. This energy urges you to explore, experiment, and question. But sometimes, this can cause restlessness, a feeling that you need to keep moving to avoid emotional discomfort. Recognizing when your mind is running ahead to avoid feelings can be a game changer. When you slow down and bring awareness to these moments, you create space for healing and clarity. So, how can you use these insights practically? Start by creating a quiet ritual to check in with your inner world each day. This could be as simple as sitting with a journal in the early morning or late evening. Asking yourself what your heart truly feels and what your mind wants to explore. Write without judgment. Over time, this practice strengthens your emotional intelligence and helps you hear the subtle signals your intuition sends. Another powerful tool is to work with the moon's cycles. The new moon invites new beginnings, making it an ideal time to consider decisions or set intentions aligned with your heart's desires. The full moon, on the other hand, illuminates what needs to be released or confronted. Tracking these lunar phases can deepen your connection to your natural rhythms and support you in making choices that feel authentic. Remember, the key is integration, not choosing between heart or mind, but allowing both to guide you. This means honoring your Cancerian need for safety while embracing Gemini's call for growth. The tension you feel is not a problem to solve but a dynamic energy to flow with. As you navigate this balance, you may start to notice shifts in your life, relationships becoming more honest, career paths opening to new possibilities, and an inner calm replacing the chaos of indecision. This is the transformation that awaits when you make that one defining decision with awareness and courage. If you're intrigued to learn how this choice impacts your deeper self and how to use it for growth, stay tuned for the next part, where we'll explore the emotional and mental challenges that can block your path and how to overcome them with practical, mindful strategies. Living with the energy of Cancer, especially when combined with the Gemini influence in June-born souls, means carrying a powerful internal world shaped by the planets. The moon, as Cancer's ruler, governs not just your moods but the very rhythm of your life. It's why some days your emotions can feel like a gentle tide, while on others, they rise like a stormy sea, pulling you into deep reflections or sudden revelations. Mercury, the planet that rules Gemini, fuels your mental energy, giving you a lightning-fast mind, a love for communication, and a hunger for new information. But this planetary mix can sometimes lead to intense internal conflict. This conflict between the emotional tides of the moon and the restless currents of Mercury plays out in a way that can both inspire and challenge you. You might notice that your feelings sometimes feel overwhelming, flooding your consciousness with waves of sensitivity and empathy. On other occasions, your mind races with a torrent of ideas, plans, and what-if scenarios that can pull you away from your center. It's a push-pull experience, one that shapes the way you approach life's big decisions. When faced with this dynamic, it's essential to recognize the unique emotional and mental risks you encounter. On one side, there's the risk of retreating too far into your protective shell, a common defense mechanism for Cancer energy. You may find yourself avoiding situations that could expose your vulnerability, fearing emotional pain or rejection. This can lead to missed opportunities, especially in relationships and personal growth, because the comfort zone feels safer than the unknown. On the flip side, your Gemini influence might drive you to seek constant change and stimulation as a way to escape those deep emotional currents. This can result in restlessness, indecisiveness, and sometimes a fragmented sense of self. You might jump from one interest to another or overanalyze choices until you feel exhausted, preventing you from committing to a path that truly aligns with your heart. Navigating this balance is the secret to turning your unique birth energy into your greatest strength. It's not about silencing either your emotions or your intellect, but learning to let them support each other. One practical way to cultivate this harmony is through mindfulness practices that connect body, mind, and spirit. For instance, daily meditation or breathwork can calm your racing thoughts and help you become aware of emotional undercurrents before they overwhelm you. Engaging in reflective journaling can also bring clarity. By writing down your thoughts and feelings without judgment, you create a safe space to explore your inner world. Over time, you'll notice patterns, perhaps times when your mind races to avoid feelings, or moments when your emotions overwhelm your logic. Recognizing these patterns is empowering because it gives you a choice about how to respond rather than react. Your relationships are often the first mirror reflecting these internal dynamics. When you hesitate to share your true feelings, fearing rejection or conflict, you build invisible walls that keep others at a distance. However, when you begin to express vulnerability honestly, you invite deeper connection. This is where your natural empathy shines brightest, allowing you to form bonds that feel safe, nurturing, and authentic. A real-life story that captures this beautifully is that of a June-born Cancer who struggled for years to open up to their partner. Afraid of being hurt, they kept emotions guarded, which created distance and misunderstanding. But after embracing mindfulness and choosing to communicate their feelings openly, the relationship transformed. Their partner responded with compassion and trust, and the Cancer finally felt seen and accepted. This courageous step forward wasn't easy, but it marked a profound turning point. Similarly, your career path and creative pursuits are deeply influenced by this emotional-intellectual interplay. You may have the desire to create, innovate, or lead, but find yourself hesitant to take risks. Perhaps you're stuck in a stable job that doesn't fulfill you because leaving feels too uncertain. Yet, when you tune into your intuition and allow yourself small, deliberate steps toward your passions, doors begin to open. It's about cultivating patience and trust in the process. When the Gemini side tempts you with the next exciting idea or project, rather than scattering your focus, invite curiosity to deepen. Choose one path and explore it fully, giving your emotional self the time and space to adjust. This grounded approach can help prevent burnout and create meaningful progress. The psychological concepts of resilience and emotional regulation are key tools in this journey. Building resilience means learning how to cope with discomfort and setbacks without retreating into old patterns. It's about acknowledging the fear or uncertainty without letting it dictate your choices. Emotional regulation helps you respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively, allowing both your heart and mind to be heard. Practical advice includes setting boundaries to protect your emotional energy while staying open to growth. This might mean saying no to social invitations when you feel drained or limiting exposure to negative news and influences. At the same time, it's vital to say yes to experiences that nurture your soul, like creative hobbies, supportive friendships, or spiritual practices. The challenge for June-born Cancers lies not in their sensitivity or intellect, but in learning to embrace both as sources of strength. It's a dance between staying anchored and letting go, between knowing when to protect your heart and when to let it lead boldly. As you develop this awareness, you begin to live more authentically. No longer torn between conflicting impulses but moving fluidly through life's rhythms. This transformation isn't just personal, it ripples out, affecting how you connect with others and how you approach every decision. Imagine waking up each day feeling more aligned, less caught in mental storms or emotional overwhelm, and more connected to the wisdom of your own inner compass. This is the power that comes from truly understanding the cosmic forces that shape you. If this resonates with you and you're curious about how to harness these energies in your daily life, Keep watching. We'll soon dive deeper into the specific challenges that can block this flow and the mindful strategies you can use to overcome them, so you can make that defining decision with clarity and courage. For June-born Cancers, one of the most profound challenges lies in navigating the delicate interplay between their emotional nature and the pressures of life's many demands. This often manifests as a struggle with procrastination, overthinking, and emotional overwhelm, barriers that can feel like invisible chains holding them back from the very future they dream of. It's easy to get caught in a spiral of what-ifs, especially when the mind is a whirlwind of thoughts fueled by Gemini's restless energy. You might find yourself replaying scenarios over and over, analyzing every possible outcome, afraid that one wrong move will shatter the fragile sense of security you crave. This mental fog, combined with Cancer's natural tendency toward emotional sensitivity, can make decision-making feel like navigating a maze in the dark. But there's a deeper reason behind this pattern. The fear of making a mistake often masks a deeper fear of emotional pain, rejection, failure, or loss. Cancer's protective shell isn't just about physical or external safety. It's a psychological armor designed to shield the heart from hurt. Yet, ironically, this armor can prevent you from taking the risks necessary for growth and happiness. Understanding this cycle is the first step toward breaking free. Rather than fighting against your emotions or trying to quiet the chatter of your mind, invite curiosity about these experiences. Notice when you're stuck in overthinking and gently redirect your focus to the present moment. Mindfulness techniques like grounding exercises or focused breathing can help anchor you when the tide of thoughts and feelings rises. You might also try a simple yet powerful practice when overwhelmed. Pause and ask yourself, what do I need right now? This question invites your inner wisdom to speak, bypassing the noise of fear and doubt. Over time, this builds emotional resilience, allowing you to meet challenges with calmness instead of resistance. The timing of your decisions can also play a surprising role in how smoothly your path unfolds. Paying attention to lunar cycles and planetary movements might sound like astrology jargon, but it's a tool that can give your choices a cosmic rhythm. For example, the new moon phase is traditionally a time for planting seeds, ideal for setting intentions or starting new projects aligned with your heart. The full moon, by contrast, is a time for reflection, release, and celebration. Imagine using these natural cycles as a kind of internal calendar, tuning in to the energetic highs and lows you naturally experience. When you choose to make significant decisions during these phases, you harness the universe's energy to support your journey rather than working against it. This doesn't mean waiting forever for perfect timing, but rather cultivating awareness so you move with flow instead of against resistance. Let's bring this to life with a story. A June-born Cancer once struggled with committing to a creative project. Overwhelmed by self-doubt and fear of failure, they decided to begin during a new moon, setting clear intentions and dedicating a few quiet moments each morning to focus on their goals. Over the weeks, they noticed a shift, not only in their motivation but in their emotional well-being. The lunar timing became a gentle guide, reminding them to trust the process and honor their natural cycles. This story highlights the power of integrating cosmic awareness into practical decision-making, a way to connect your inner world with the larger rhythms of life. Another critical factor in this journey is the balance between emotional protection and openness. While it's natural for Cancer energy to build walls, these defenses can become barriers that isolate you from meaningful connection. At the same time, Gemini's influence encourages social interaction and intellectual exchange, which can sometimes feel at odds with Cancer's introverted tendencies. Navigating this duality means learning to set boundaries that protect your emotional energy without shutting down opportunities for growth. For instance, you might find that limiting social media or certain social gatherings preserves your peace, while intentionally nurturing a few close, trusted relationships brings deep fulfillment. A practical tip here is to cultivate a relationship audit practice. Reflect on who in your life truly supports and uplifts you versus those who drain your energy or trigger insecurity. You don't have to cut people out abruptly, but becoming aware of these dynamics helps you invest your time and love wisely. Quality over quantity is the mantra, especially for sensitive June Cancers. This approach extends beyond personal relationships into professional and creative realms. You might hesitate to pursue your dreams because of uncertainty about how others will react or fear of criticism. But true growth happens when you create from a place of authenticity, not approval seeking. Take the example of a June Cancer artist who initially hid their work, afraid it wouldn't be good enough. After gradually sharing with a supportive circle and receiving encouraging feedback, their confidence blossomed. This small step led to larger opportunities, including exhibitions and collaborations that felt aligned with their soul's purpose. On the flip side, the mental agility gifted by Gemini gives you the ability to learn quickly, adapt, and connect ideas in innovative ways. Harnessing this energy means engaging your curiosity without letting it pull you away from the emotional roots that give your life meaning. One way to do this is by pairing your intellectual pursuits with grounding practices, like nature walks, mindful movement, or creative arts, which help you stay connected to your feelings. For example, if you're researching a new skill or idea, pause regularly to journal how this learning impacts you emotionally. Does it excite you, overwhelm you, or spark a deeper desire? This dialogue between mind and heart ensures that your intellectual pursuits don't become mere distractions but fuel your personal growth. As you continue to develop this balance, you'll notice that the tension between wanting to protect yourself and craving growth softens. You begin to trust that vulnerability is a strength and that your mind's curiosity can guide rather than confuse you. This shift opens the door to living a life that feels authentic, empowered, and deeply connected to your true self. If you're feeling the pull between emotional safety and intellectual freedom, know that you're not alone, and there are gentle, mindful ways to navigate this space. Embracing your unique Cancer-Gemini blend is the key to unlocking the future you've always wanted. One courageous choice at a time. There's so much more to explore about how this decision shapes your love life, career, and inner peace, and I'm excited to dive into those next. So keep watching, because your journey toward clarity and fulfillment is just beginning. When you take a step back and truly reflect on your life, you'll notice how the decisions you make ripple through every part of your existence, especially for those born under the Cancer sign in June. The choice between guarding your heart and embracing change isn't just a fleeting moment, it shapes your relationships, career, and inner growth in profound ways. It's a decision that feels heavy precisely because it holds the key to your future. Relationships, in particular, are the heart's mirror. Cancer energy thrives on deep connection, trust, and emotional intimacy. When you hesitate to be vulnerable, it can create invisible walls that separate you from those you care about. But when you allow yourself to be open, even just a little, you invite a powerful kind of healing. The courage to share your true feelings doesn't mean you lose control, it means you gain authenticity. Imagine a June-born Cancer who spent years keeping their emotions hidden, afraid that revealing their true self would lead to rejection. Slowly, through small acts of honesty, they began to dismantle these barriers. The response wasn't always easy, but it brought clarity and deeper connection. They found that those who truly mattered accepted them completely. This vulnerability didn't weaken them, it empowered them to create relationships rooted in genuine love and trust. Career and life path also hinge on this same choice. You may find comfort in familiar routines or jobs that feel safe. But deep inside, there's often a longing for something more, something that aligns with your soul's purpose. The Gemini influence pushes you to explore, learn, and innovate, but Cancer's cautious nature may keep you tethered to what's known. The magic happens when you start to blend these energies, letting your heart guide what truly fulfills you, while your mind plans and adapts creatively. Consider someone who worked in a steady job for years but dreamed of a creative career. At first, fear held them back. They worried about financial stability, judgment, and failure. Yet, by taking small, deliberate steps toward their passion, they began to build momentum. Each new project, each conversation, brought them closer to a life that felt authentic. The balance between cautious planning and daring to dream is what made the difference. This journey is not without its challenges. You will face moments of doubt and uncertainty, and there will be times when the urge to retreat into your protective shell is strong. But these moments don't define you. They are simply part of the dance between safety and growth. Heart and mind. Learning to sit with discomfort, rather than flee from it, builds the resilience you need to keep moving forward. One of the most powerful ways to nurture this resilience is through mindfulness and self-compassion. When you notice yourself caught in fear or indecision, gently remind yourself that it's okay to feel vulnerable. Practicing kindness toward yourself creates a safe inner space where you can process emotions without judgment. Over time, this compassionate approach transforms your relationship with yourself and with your decisions. At the same time, cultivating clarity through self-reflection can illuminate your path. Ask yourself deep questions like, what do I truly want, and what fears are holding me back? Writing your thoughts down or discussing them with trusted friends or mentors can provide valuable insights. The more you engage with these questions, the clearer your vision becomes. Astrology offers a beautiful framework to understand these inner processes, but the real power lies in how you apply this knowledge. Using lunar cycles to time your intentions, practicing emotional openness in your relationships, and balancing your intellectual curiosity with grounding routines are practical ways to transform awareness into action. If you're watching this now, feeling the stirrings of these energies within you, know that you're on the right path. The decision you're facing as a Cancer born in June isn't a burden, it's a doorway. Behind it lies the chance to live with greater authenticity, peace, and fulfillment. Before you go, I want to invite you to join our community here on Zen Mind Peaceful Life. If this video spoke to your heart, please hit the like button, it helps others find this message too. Don't forget to subscribe for more astrology insights blended with mindful living tips to support your journey. Share this video with friends or family who might benefit from understanding their own unique cosmic patterns. Your story, your growth, and your peace matter. Together, let's continue exploring the beautiful dance of the stars and our inner worlds. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll dive even deeper into astrology and self-discovery.